Good morning, folks. So today's video is a little different. I want to take a moment to address some concerns and criticisms that we've both recently been told of and raised about our fishing practices, both on the channel and within one of the clubs that I fish. So some individuals have claimed that the tackle I use, particularly when fishing for pike, is inadequate and I might not prioritise the welfare of the fish. I've also seen comments suggesting I don't respect the environment or the wildlife I encounter when I am fishing. So let me start by saying I take these concerns seriously. Fishing for me is not just a hobby, it's a way to immerse myself in the beauty of our surroundings and the wildlife and nature. Seeing a kingfisher dart by, or a wild deer, that makes the experience for me. It's not just about excuse me, catching fish. It's nice to just soak up the serenity and quietness of where you're fishing and soak up the nature. If I catch them, that's a reward for fishing. But anyway, I strive to fish responsibly as I can, and I have respect for both the fish and the environment. So when I'm fishing larger baits, I normally use my sawn-off rod, which is a 6-foot Nash 3-pound test curve. It's a small rod, but I use it because I do a lot of roving up the river and it folds down quite compact. So that's coupled with a 2600 Daiwa SS Whisker tournament reel loaded with 60-pound braid, and the other rod I normally use is a 15 to 50 gram Fladen Vantage, so it's probably around about 2-pound test curve, which I normally use that just for light fishing, hoping in the chance of catching a decent sized perch. Unfortunately, you can never guarantee that you're not going to catch a pike, and that's just the way it goes. So I want to address a specific incident that's been brought up. On one occasion I was using a very light drop shot rod, and I had a single sprat on there on a single hook, and a nice sized pike snaffled it, and unfortunately my 25-pound braid I was using parted because it dived into a snag. Anyone who does fishing will know that unfortunately there are times when, for all your best efforts, you will lose a fish due to a snag, or sometimes a knot fatigue or something like that. So
it does happen.
It does. So every day's a school day. I'm not saying I claim to know everything there is about fishing. I'm always willing to learn, and I'm open to feedback. My goal is to fish responsibly, with consideration to the fish and the environment in which we fish in. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to take on board any advice that's given or any criticisms. That hopefully will make me grow as an angler and also as a person. But anyway, I don't want to dwell on this too much. Just as a final, just as a parting comment, so the club in concern, I have said that I will no longer fish any of the club waters for the remainder of the season, and also I am not going to renew my membership next year. I've been asked to go into a discussion with the club, but I think it's best left alone.
Briefly heading back to what Andy was extolling just now, we as a team, we are a team. We're a very good team. I know we get along very well, and the content that we produce and that Andy slavishly edits it takes him ages. I think is comic, and it's good. We never go too technical. We do care about our surroundings. You'll have noted that a number of Andy's videos are titled "Clean Up This" and "Sort That Out." And Andy in the close season has got on his kayak. I've had my magnet, and between us we've cleared tracts of rivers. We've literally removed all of the line that we see. We see hooks, we see rusted lures hanging in trees. We do make a concerted effort when we're allowed to get on the kayak and to remove all of these things that other anglers leave behind. Now, it's not us having to pop at other anglers. Anglers are anglers. There will always be the odd bit of line left. There will always be the odd hook kept where it shouldn't be kept, somewhere on a bank. But going over what Andy said, our tackle is robust, and we do take wildlife and adhering to the rules extremely seriously. I know that we probably come across sometimes as being a couple of comics on the bank, which we do enjoy. And sometimes I deserve it because I do forget
But
things.
then again, this is part of a channel. There's so many fishing channels out there. It is just like, here's a fish I've caught, and everyone has those days, don't they, where whatever you do seems to go wrong, and that's just part of life and fishing, and part of the comedy that I like to try and capture. You know, it's not like we're taking a disregard, and James is purposefully like trying to cast into a bush or anything like that. Yeah, you can clip up. But let's face it, guys, we all have bad days, and what I try and do is try and make a bit of comedy out of that.
Yeah, we do, which is a big differentiator between our channel, or rather Andy's channel, he puts the work in, with probably most of the other fishing channels. I'm not saying the other fishing channels are boring and dull. There are some comical moments in there, but ours is unscripted, it's off the hook. We do just get on with it. We do make things up as we go along, but we're always keeping an eye on what is best for our surroundings, our health, and of more importantly the fish's health. That's why we believe it is a good channel, I think.
Right,
so,
and guys, so yeah, we're not going to labour the point.
Oh, can we?